The third play in our gun split slot mini scheme is the play Paf Slide. Now I mentioned in the PA wheel switch that we want to be running that near the red zone, near the end zone, because of the Highpoint Pass. On that particular play, if we run it flipped, we can roll out to the right just like we are here on the Paf Slide. That's why I like to run it with the slot receiver on the far left, because we want to be running and rolling out to the handedness of our quarterback. Again, if you have a Michael Vick, then go ahead and run it to the other side. The wheel route in the PA wheel switch is really, really nice. Here, the play action is actually going to have triangle on a nice flat route. That's the guy that we're going to fake the handoff to. We're going to cancel the play action immediately. If they have a contain out there, we can just sit in the pocket and make the throw. But once they start using the contain, I'm not going to cover the run plays out of this formation, but once you start running these rollouts and you see that they start containing, all you want to do is start running the ball, because anytime your opponent's going to have contains out there, especially with 3 down linemen, that's when you want to start taking advantage of the halfback draw. It's a fantastic run out of this formation. There's also the fullback belly, but I do much prefer the halfback draw. Now, just like in gun split close, some of these routes are similar, but I would say the play is wildly different. So, with cover 2 being such a popular defense, triangle and circle are going to play really, really well with each other against hard flats and cloud flats. So once we roll out, if it's a hard flat, we're going to hit circle. If it's a cloud flat and he backs up, we're going to hit triangle. Then we're going to be looking at X and square as they cross the field. So I do love to run with my quarterback a lot on this play, which is why I'm always wary of the contain. And once they start containing, that's when I'm going to start running the halfback draw. Because again, draws against contains, we're going to win that battle more times than not. But as I'm rolling out here, if I'm not going to run or whatever, I'm going to set my feet when throwing, especially to square, but even sometimes to X as well. R1 I put on a wheel route, and that's in case I'm going to end up sitting in the pocket. So let's take a look at how the play develops. And as you can see, circle is wide open on the comeback route. So as you see here, the play action fake, triangle, again another cover 2. This time, because of the user defender, we could wait and hit X, but there's really no need. We're going to take circle. Again, sitting down. Once we roll out, that's going to be a great route to hit. I don't really like comeback routes, and as you see here, we're going to take off. I don't like comeback routes necessarily from the pocket, because if we're not pulling down the zone properly, or if there's another zone in the area, it can be a little risky. I mean, I like comeback routes, don't get me wrong, but rolling out is a much, much better option. And here, we could hit circle. But the great thing about this play is, why risk an overthrow? If we're rolling out and we see that we can get some yards, then we're just going to go ahead and take it. And as you see right there, we get 8 yards. Here we roll out again. It's a cover 2. We're looking at triangle, circle, and X for the most part. And again, if it's close, just go ahead and run the ball. For whatever reason, I just showed the same play twice. No big deal. Now, with the Tom Brady, we sit in the pocket. This time we run it unflipped, and we can just hit it just like in gun split close. R1 is a really, really nice quick read. And then X is also a pretty solid read. If it's man coverage, circle is fantastic on the post route. So sometimes with a non-mobile quarterback, especially if I'm running it unflipped, R1 is going to be my first read. Here we throw it. There is a flat defender there, but as you can see, we pick up a good chunk of yards. Here again, instead of rolling out, we just pop it right to the running back real quick. And then, of course, we've got the Highpoint Pass to X near the end zone. Now, this is especially important because of the fact that we run PA wheel switch to the slot defender on a wheel route. So if they're putting flat zones out there, etc., near the end zone, then once we start running the post, it's going to be good game, because I mean, it's so hard to stop. Either of them is ridiculously hard to stop, and they're not going to be able to defend it in a one-on-one scenario. So again, we're rolling out, and it's man coverage this time by the looks of it. And so circle, of course, is going to be a great option. But look at X in man coverage as we're... Actually, it's not man coverage. I lied. It looked like X was being covered in man. This should be the read to X, as you see right there. Even with... We're actually going to go back and look at that, because when you're on the run like that and you've got momentum carrying you and the route is crossing the field like that, this is not a bad throw. I probably should have thrown to circle, realistically, but I guess I had my eye on X. This is not a bad throw. Take a look. We're a good 9 yards under. Actually, we're 10 yards. We're 10 yards under the right screen safety. This means if we are running to the outside and we pass lead it and then we just click on and cut it down underneath that defender, there's no way that he's going to be able to make a play. We're 10 yards underneath. So as you see right there, it looks dangerous, but it's really not that dangerous. And again, quick pass, cancel the play action, just like this, and then boom, high point pass, one-on-one coverage. As you can see, he's got the defender out there playing in the flat. You're going to see a lot of cover two on 2-point plays near the end zone. And I mean, this guy, I don't know what he's doing. He's using the D-line, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they do. Once we start hitting them with both back and forth, they're not going to be able to cover either of them. And you always have your best guy in the slot for that reason. Here, triangle is on the wheel. So I'm reading R1 and triangle. And of course, I'm also, reading the defender as well and seeing where he's using. So we just sit pretty in the pocket and ends up being a cover one. And then we just hit him with the man-beating route. So that is the third play in this scheme. I hope you guys like it. I'm going to come back with one more play. Don't forget to be running the ball out of this formation. That's probably the biggest thing that you guys need to understand, because I'm not showing run plays. Once they start containing, run that halfback draw. I'll see you next time.